looking for co-investors. The co-investors would also, contribute to the fund that I'm going to be forming. So I would need access to more investors who are also, similar like-minded, who would also want to contribute, then, to the fund that I would be creating. So access to the investors as well as access to the startup founders and the economic opportunities that this area, what talent we have here and what kind of founders that we can have access to. Oh, we lost you for a second, Misty.
Can you see me? Oh, there I
Yeah,
am.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Not sure how much I will be of help to you. However, we have a group on Facebook. I'm not sure if you're already a member on the
Uh-huh.
group, but we have over 14,000 women in there that you can pose those questions to, um,
Oh,
and connect outside of this little room we're in right now, right?
right.
Because there's so many different women from all walks of life in our group in all different areas of DFW too. So we'd love to have you put that information in our group as well. That way we can get you some answers. And because if we're not the ones, there's always people that will be the ones that can help you with that.
Sure. And what's the name of the Facebook group? Is it
It's
Great
the same
Women?
organization, so DFW Women's Club. And
Okay.
so we have a page and a group.
Ah,
How
I
did you
see.
find us?
I think we came across on Google and then through the website.
Okay,
Think that,
awesome.
yeah, through, yeah.
Great. That means our SEO is working. No.
Yes, it is. It kicked in.
I want to give myself some props. Yeah. Um, we'll go around, we'll go counterclockwise. I see Mika next. So, Mika, will you introduce yourself real quick?
Okay, hello, good evening, everybody. So I am Mika Diamond. I'm the owner of Mika Diamond Inc. and MD Inc. Academy, where we help clients reach new levels of success through strategic planning, branding, and marketing. And one of our biggest things, of course, is community outreach. I am a 8-year radio personality, and we help clients reach new levels of success through those entities, getting you a return on your investment. So I am new to the DFW area. I just moved here in June. So are we saying, Misty, our pain points? Are we saying that too? Okay, so one of my pain points, of course, is opening and broadening my network within the DFW area. I'm new here as well, but I also know how you have to dig in the trenches and get outside of the computer and go into the rooms in order to brand and connect with others. And so, building relationships within the DFW group, wanting to know more individuals that I can connect with and not just for my specific service, but can collaborate with on any other endeavors or any events or anything that's happening within this area.
What would be the right person that you would want to connect with?
So it would be those who have events, those a person that may have a piece of the marketing piece, but doesn't have the strategy so that I can coach the strategy aspect of it, and they may have the content creators aspect. Those individuals or entities is something that I want to outsource for my business. So anybody that's in the spaces that has to do with marketing, branding, that does content creation, social media management, because those things I can outsource and contract them for. And then also those who are having events that are looking for coaches or a level of expertise in areas that I can assist with speaking. So that as well.
Great, awesome. I actually have a person in my Goldman Sachs program that I'm in right now that I think would be a great connection for you. I think on Facebook, she's Candace Janae, like Junee. She has a company called Epic Fab Girl. They inspire female entrepreneurs, but she also has like that social media side of the business too. And so she's doing social media as well. So doing a little
You
bit of
said, can you spell her name one more time for me, Misty?
Candace, like Candace, and then
Okay.
Junee is Junee.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I think you guys
Thank you.
hit it off really well. Um, Next would be Yolanda, the courage coach.
Hi, it wouldn't unmute. So, okay, hi. So, I'm Yolanda. The Courage Coach is one of the brands that I do utilize. The one that has been most flourishing lately is my product line, which is Ocean Holistics. I am completing my real estate classes. Tomorrow will be my last class, and then I start studying for my test. The point of the multiple streams or being a multipreneur is because this is the first time I've been an entrepreneur full time. So I want to try and utilize this time to develop as many streams of income as possible so that I can continue to sustain it. But they must complement one another. So um, the product line is complemented by and the speaking. So Yolanda, the Courage Coach, they're both complemented by the real estate because my ultimate goal would be to own like a multiplex where I can host all kinds of trainings and teachings and all that good stuff. So that's like my big, hairy, audacious goal, like 10 years down the line. But each thing that I pick up is not just me doing just something else for money. It's all complementing like my future goals. So I guess if I was going to say my gap is like consistency in sales for my business, taking my online presence and driving it to my website and then converting it to sales, which is why now I'm a diamond. I have joined Mika Diamond's program, and she's going to help me develop each of these streams of income into a way where I can brand it, package it, and get results. Shout out, Mika.
I think that would be amazing for you. And girl, you have more than just Ocean Holistics to offer. So um, I can see you doing lots of great things. So that's awesome. And Dana, welcome. Good to see you. Are you there, Dana? The black screen now. Okay, you gotta unmute yourself, my love.
All right, can you see me now? From my
Yeah,
end, I can't tell.
we
Okay.
can see you now.
I am not gonna be able to say a whole lot tonight. I'm not in my house because I have no internet. Our
Uh-oh.
internet went out. Spectrum. Anyhow, so I'm in a Starbucks.
Oh,
So
you're so
yeah, I'm
awesome.
at Starbucks. Um, what am I supposed to say?
Introduce yourself.
Sorry.
Is there a gap, like something
Oh,
we can help you
oh.
with, or that you're looking for in your
Well,
business?
my name is Dana, and I help tell your story through jewelry. I feature ornamental jewelry. So I would say my gap right now is because in the past I've had a website that I could just automatically send people to and say, "Hey, here's my website. Go check it out, order." And then I would get my commission later from the company. But with things that have changed, now I'm literally my own business. So I now gave myself a name, Dana Story Style, but now I've got to transfer from saying, "Hey, go check out this website," to, "Hey, go check out this website, the viewing site. Call me, screenshot me, text me what you want to order on place your order." So basically, I got transitioned from saying, getting people to understand I'm going to be your personal shopper. Let me place your order for you. Go check out Origami Owl, view it, then screenshot me pictures of what you want, and I'll place your order. So I'm just, I guess I could say, transitioning from just to getting people to understand let me place your order because that's the only way I'm gonna get paid. That's the only way I'm gonna get my commission is if you let me place your order for you. So that's what I'm doing now. I guess transitioning from just sending them to a website saying, "Hey, let me be your personal shopper. Let me place your order for you, and I'll ship it to you." And then that's how I get my commission now is if they let me place the order for them, and I get my commission automatically. So
So you have a lot of items like in person for sale, right?
yeah, I have stuff in my
Okay.
house I use for that when I do events, whatever I take to events, I also let people buy it on the spot,
Yeah.
and then I place orders for them too.
Because I would think, like, let's say they like that item right there. Do you have an order
Right.
form that you can take the order?
Yeah.
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 Write it, put everything down. But also maybe you build yourself a website that is your website, and you could take
Yeah.
pictures from their website, put them on your website, and have people order through you
Yeah.
versus them going to their website because they can order from them and then you never see a dime, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, just a thought. But
Yeah. No.
it will take a lot of front end work and keeping up with the new products that are coming in, but it
Yeah.
may be beneficial to get them to come directly to you and you get the sales. So you
Yeah.
don't necessarily even have to have it in stock, right? Like you could just
No. No, I don't have to have it in
picture
stock.
up,
No.
put a description and sell it,
Yeah.
and then you place it
Uh,
for them.
plus, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. So something to look at, you know. So we're gonna have a little different vibe today, Dana, and it may be a little more difficult for you. Are you on a computer or your phone?
I'm on my computer.
Okay.
I'm on
Um,
my laptop.
perfect. Okay. So we're gonna have a little workbook, which I've put in the chat. If you all can download that, we can kind of work through this together.
I don't see it in the chat.
Yeah,
Does
me
anybody else
neither.
Yeah,
see
it's
it in
not
the chat?
there.
No.
How about if I hit send?
Okay, now
Oh, yeah, yeah.
now we
It
see
shows
it.
up now.
Now
I
we
can
see
That
see
would
it.
it now.
help.
Oh, ma'am, maybe it took a while. 1 second.
No, I didn't hit send. That was a problem. So I have a little presentation for you, but this is just a basic little workbook that you can go and fill in later on, or as we're working together, you can go and fill some of this in. We're going to go through basically how to create your mission and vision. And it's so funny because I did this in my Goldman Sachs class, and what it made me realize is that even though I know innately what I want my mission and vision to be, how to properly communicate that to other people, right? So like Mika, you're probably an expert at this part, but um what's happened is like, yes, I have the mission and vision. And I think even like whether you're a new business or an old business, it's always good to go and reevaluate those things as you change and evolve because what you used to have may not be what you're currently doing or what your goal or mission or even your vision going forward is. So mine's changed quite a bit in the last year and a half. And I realized, like, okay, well, I'm not talking anymore to the right audience. I'm not, so it's like, okay, I really need to revamp those things. And this class has really, really helped. So let me pull up this slideshow. I just don't want it. I don't want it to be on that screen. Second. All right. All right, here we go. So we are going to lead with purpose. So a lot of times, can you see it, guys?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let me get one more piece of, I have like so many files open right now. It's kind of silly. I'm doing homework for my class tomorrow. Then I'm doing some good faith exams and all at the same time. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, there it is. All right, don't worry about your workbook yet. I'll kind of ask you to pull that up when we get to that point. So we'll have some prompts in here that you'll be able to look at. And all right, here we go. And I'm using a different mouse and it's really weird. So, all right. So leading with purpose. I like this quote because it's something that we can definitely resonate with for different bosses and things that we've had over time, right? Like leadership is not just about titles, positions, or flowcharts. It's about one life influencing another. And so hopefully that influence is a positive impact, not one that we're so sad that we were a part of. And so that's part of what we're doing here is, helping to build other leaders and making sure that everything we do is with intention and to help people develop themselves and their businesses. Workshop overview. So we're going to talk a little bit about your leadership identity, define what your motives and core values are, craft some of your mission statement, and then envision your future through a vision statement and share, discuss, and refine your purpose. So we're going to have a little discussion here, but I want you to give 5 statements, and this should be in your workbook. But now I can't get to the workbook page. Who you are as a leader. So you're going to say 5 statements, and they are going to say, I am what? So who are you as a leader? Like, what 5 things resonate with you? Are you able to add to the workbook?
I think we have to convert it to like a Word document, maybe open it up in Google Drive.
Hold
But
on.
what I was thinking, and maybe could we put it in the chat, what we think? Put it in the chat while we're working it, or
Yeah, but I don't want you to miss
oh, okay.
having this because it all kind of flows together. Hold on one second.
Got it.
So I'm going to just copy and paste. Sorry. Oh my God. It's not cooperating with me. This mouse is horrible, but my other mouse died. All right, I'm just gonna put this on a Word document. How about that? Real quick. But let's start talking about it while we're working on this. So think about 5 pieces of information that you'd want to share with everybody about who you are as a leader. So you can be some examples like, I am a leader of women. I am a Christ follower. I am a mother and wife. You know, it doesn't have to be that bland. Like, you can create as big or small as you'd like, but this is kind of like our identity about who we are and as people. And one second. Anybody want to go first? All right, I'm going to start assigning people then. All right.
I'll go. I'll go.
Huh?
I'll go.
I don't know all these leaders over here.
Yeah, I know. I am a leader as a visionary builder.
Okay.
I am a empowerer. I am a servant leader.
Mhm.
I'm a transformative leader. Is that 4 or is that 5?
You can listen to me. No, I think we're
Oh, okay. And then I can say I'm an authentic leader. How about that?
Love that.
Okay.
All right.
Got my 5 out.
Good job. Who wants to go next? Dana.
I can go next.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying, right? You know, make us inspiration. There. I am a mother. I'm a motivator. I want to lead by example.
Oh, nice.
I help others achieve their goals, and I'm a visionary as well.
Nice. Yeah, and this can be as wide or as small, narrow as you'd like it to be. And this is who you are. This is not for us to be judgmental or anything like that. This is who you are, right? And everybody's a little different in who they are and how they want to project themselves in the world. So hold on one second. I'm going to upload this file right now. Okay, let's try this one. All right, should be in your chat now. I wish my screen would let me do 2 things at one time, but it's not. Okay. All right, who's next? Dana. I'm picking you on you again.
If you can hear me, I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'm a mom. I've always been a servant to help serve others. My passion is helping other people, and with the jewelry, it's to help others tell their story, to help share their memories, and to give a voice. Because sometimes someone who may be very shy may not know how to talk about themselves. So the locket with the little mini charms helps them, kind of gives them a voice. So I've always loved just helping others and helping them give a voice and helping them shine.
Love it. Okay. Dude, you guys, I am so horrible at this. You probably can't see. Oh, somebody's coming. Oh, Yolanda's coming back. All right. For some reason, this is just not, this is not making my life easy here. Okay. So our next thing we're going to go over is you're going to reflect on what makes you unique. So part of what you guys already said are some of the things that make you unique, because we are all individually different in the way that we, communicate to the world, that we express our feelings, that everything about us, right, is unique. And so what do you think as a leader, like what part of you do you feel is unique that not a lot of people have? Yolanda.
I was about to say I'll go before my computer shuts itself down again.
Oh no. I think we lost you too.
I think I have the ability to see the bigger picture. Um, a lot of people focus on very small day-to-day tasks, and my vision is months in advance,
Okay.
a whole year in advance. So I think I'm a visionary in that way.
That's awesome. That is also a very unique skill that not everybody has, right? And so Mika, we'll let her come on again here in a minute. But some of the things to think about when you're creating your mission and vision are like what your motives behind what you're doing, right? So like what drives you to lead and serve. You can rank your top 3 motivators. So is it freedom? Is it impact? Is it legacy? Is it community? Is it family? Is it, so we want to have 3 motivators that you feel are the reason you lead and serve. Like what do you want your impact to be? Anybody want to share that?
Yeah, I can go ahead.
Okay.
I think again I was just thinking through basically I like to see others succeed, right? I see great joy in people achieving their goals and having building their sense of confidence. And as women, I feel that having that confidence in our lives is very important. So I would want to be their helping hand, and I like to motivate, and that's how I see one of the motivators. And
Mhm.
the other two are I genuinely like working with others. I enjoy being sharing, caring, and in
Uh-oh. I lost you.
the community. So
Now I'm having problems. Hmm. Sorry, I went bye too. Can you hear me or see me?
oh, you are cutting out, Misty.
Okay, I think we've been having some issues with our internet, so I don't know what the heck is going on. Um, sorry about that. What would you say out of the ones that you listed are like your top 3 that you feel that should be mentioned in your mission? I know it's hard, and you don't have to be on the spot today, but as you're going through these questions on the workbook, like
Uh-huh.
those are things to think about. Like how are your top 3 motivators? How are they
Mm-hmm.
building that mission and vision within your company, right? So as a brand new business,
Oh, I see.
you're a brand new business. So as a brand new business, you're really like focusing like what are our core strengths? What are we trying to achieve? by creating this company. And then those 3 ways, so whether it's legacy, like your sole motivator is to have a legacy within your family and community, right? Leave something to help others.
Okay.
Things like that. So you can go back, like, is your main goal, one of your motives, like freedom? You want to be free, or you want to help others become free, right? There's all these ways that it can
Mm.
tie into like what you ultimately want to achieve with your mission. Okay.
Okay, cool.
That
Yeah, I
makes
think
sense?
I will think through that.
Yeah.
Helpful.
Um, Dana or Yolanda, you want to share a motivation? One of your motivations? You're on mute, Dana.
But okay, so motivation you said?
Yeah.
It's when okay, so as far as the jewelry goes, it's motivation for me when I see their smiles on their face and when they get to tell me why they built the locket, what it means to them. And so my motivation is just help more people build a locket that tells their story, tells something they look to do, or just tells about a person that they, so it motivates me just to see their smiles and see it bring a blessing to them and just see how happy they are, how they're able to have a way to share memory.
That's awesome. Yeah. So if you could say one word, what would that equate to? What you just said.
I'm sorry, one word, what?
So what you just said, if you could narrow that down to one word
Uh-huh.
of what your motivation is.
One word. Hmm.
I know it's hard, right?
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
It is one word. Uh, it's either happiness.
Okay.
I happiness.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but happiness.
So in my brain, because I know what you do, is I'm like, your company's name now is Dana Styles. Dana Styles.
Yeah, Dana's. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's been a very long day. Dana. I forgot. Hold on. Oh shoot.
Dana Story Styles or something. Well, regardless, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on a second. You know what? I'm
Dana
gonna cheat a
Story
little bit here.
Styles.
My brain. It's been a very long day at work today, and my brain's gone flat. Dana's story style. But
Okay.
I
Dana.
don't know my own name.
Dana
Dana's story style.
Okay, I like it. So you would take your Dana Story Style, what you help people with, right? So you're helping build happiness through
Mhm.
their story. Like that's how simple your mission statement can be and should be.
I like that.
You don't want to have
Cool.
like 20 words or
Whole bunch of words.
sentences about what your mission is. Like it should be very like clear and concise what you're doing, right? So as you guys go through this exercise at home,
Yeah.
you want to really narrow it down to like those 3 words, like those one of those 3 words or all 3 can be in your mission, right? So you can use those and you can use them throughout your vision statement as well. Your vision statement can be a little bit longer, but your mission is really concise and short. So basically, your company helps people do what and who do you help? And through what ways do you help, right?
All right.
Okay. And so I like this quote too because it says, when your why is clear, your how becomes easier. So, like when you know what your mission is and what your vision is moving forward, then you have you can create a better plan around where you're going. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. So core values. This is something I thought I knew what my core values were, but when I had to actually write it all down, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I know these things, these are really important to me. And then I was like, wow, we're going to have to reevaluate some of them, right? Because you want 3 to 5 values of what that means to you. And then you want to tell us how your values show up in your business. One of the things we went through was like, what were your family values? And then how does that play a part in your business values too, or your company values? Same with culture. Like, what was your family culture and how does that spill over to your business? Do you want it to spill over to your business, right? So you have to kind of look at those different things. But 3 to 5 values that guide your decisions. So like ours, one of them is going to be integrity. So I didn't say this earlier, Sushma, but I have a med spa and we offer, injectable service, peptides, weight loss, Botox fillers, beauty stuff. So part of what we have is like integrity is one of my core values, quality, right? Care, compassionate care. And there's a couple more, but I can't think of them at this moment. But those are the types of things like that'll go, because eventually you're probably going to write a core value statement also for your business, right? So you're going to say, this is what we do. These are our core values, right? And you can elaborate on those core values, each one of how you do that through your business. And then, this is something that we can probably come back and do like another mini workshop where we come back together and we can go over each other's mission and vision statements and kind of give feedback and see like, does that make sense? Is it too wordy? Do we have enough information in there to really let people know what we're doing? But values are like fingerprints. Nobody's are the same, but you leave them all over everything you do. Right? Oh gosh, we do. We leave them everywhere we go. So next we're going to go into our vision statement a little bit more. Let me make this bigger. So we were going to define what your business does and why. So Yolanda, I'm going to call on you. What does your business do and why? An example would be we empower women to lead through education and connection. You can take a minute.
My business takes the poison out of self-care because no matter what you're going through in life, you deserve to feel and smell great.
That is a beautiful tagline, but not necessarily a mission, right? So your business is Ocean Holistics and you help, or you can use any other words, right? Any other synonyms. Help who to do what and why. So Yolanda, your Ocean Holistics helps individuals with their pain, whatever, think of with their pain, through holistic care and products, something like that, something in that nature. And then you can say what. Okay. So what you gave me was a tagline, and that's how you're going to introduce yourself to people, right? But your actual mission is to do something else. And you can say poisons and toxin, however you want to word it, but it should be laid out of like, your business is helping people do what, and it doesn't have to be help. You can use another word, through crafting non-toxic products to help people with autoimmune diseases or whatever, right? Just to give you some examples. You're going to probably rewrite this 100 times because it's not the exact right word that you want to use and things like that. But thank God for ChatGPT and AI stuff, right? Because you can throw in like your mock thing that you've been working on, throw it in there and ask it to give you some different iterations of how you can, or you can just put all your information and be like, this is what I want to do, and this is what I offer, and who I am, and who I help, and blah, 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 and then ask it to write you a mission statement. And then you can start making little iterations of each one, right? The cool part about when you do that is that sometimes we don't think about it in the same ways, but it also is very wordy sometimes. So you kind of want to narrow it down a little bit more even than what ChatGPT will give you. So your vision statement paints a picture of your future impact. So not only do you have your mission, this is what you're doing, right? Where do you want to go with that business? in the next 3 to 5 years. That's part of your vision statement. And you want to make it quantifiable, right? So when you're saying, like, I want to help people do this in this way through these channels, where are you going? You want to say where you're going to serve the people. Okay. Like if you want to expand. So for instance, Yolanda not only helps people in Texas, but now she's going to offer her products online. So you can say, we're going to help people nationwide through our online and our in-person through our locations in Texas. You know, your goal is to be in 20 different local locations to have your products on wholesale, right? Things like that. Like Dana, yours could be, I want to help people tell their story throughout Texas and beyond. And that could be any, nationwide. I don't know. Do you ship internationally? Probably not. But mostly nationwide. You help people nationwide. You're on mute.
Yeah, United States and Canada is where they ship to.
Okay. So you can say,
Basically the 50 states and Canada.
yeah. So you can say you're helping people throughout the United States and Canada tell their story through charms and lockets and jewelry. But then you want to quantify, like, how many people do you want to serve? Or you can say, how many locations do you want to have? Or you can say, how much in revenue do you want to sell? There's going to be some sort of number associated to what we're trying to communicate. I think we're frozen again. Are you all there? I feel like I lost you. No? Okay. I don't know. Let me switch off my internet to a different one.
I am Misty, you're freezing up.
Okay.
Yeah, you are freezing up.
One sec.
It kind of
Okay, I'm back. I just had to switch my internet. So we have like a Wi-Fi extender box and it's not working properly. So I just switched it to like the regular internet. Hopefully this will be better for us. But you probably missed some of that. But for example, you want to have some sort of quantifiable information in your vision statement. It's where you want to go, right? So Sushma, are you wanting to do it like all over Texas, just in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? Do you want to have multiple locations or a large online presence? You have some sort of information there that you want to communicate. You also want to communicate. This was a great activity we did, and you guys should do this just for yourselves, but it was kind of like a vision board. However, it was all about your business. So you had like 10 minutes to literally color with crayons on a sheet your business and where you saw your future going, right? And so I was like, oh, well, I'm looking at different locations in different states, right? So I drew these little locations and made them all cute, whatever. So you can really like take that activity and that just helps your brain like open up and really get big. Like you don't have to be in this little box, because like Yolanda's saying, she's a visionary. Well, we want to go outside that box where it's unimaginable at this moment, because if we can imagine the unimaginable, we can bring it down to something that's more manageable. But if you just limit yourself and stay right here, you're not going to go past that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like you have your 3 to 5 year plan, but then what happens after that 3 to 5 years? Like, do you have a bigger mission and vision? Like, I want to start out with just a few locations, but I eventually want to franchise, right? So if that's ever a possibility. So there are things now that I can start doing to prepare myself, even though that's not for maybe 5 years or more, right? But there's things I can do now to start helping me prepare for that. So your vision is really taking you where you need to go. And and you don't necessarily have to communicate that with everybody that you're coming in contact with. That's your mission statement. But your vision statement is for you and your employees or whoever's in your company, your family, to know where you're going, right? So
Right.
if that vision is clear, they're not going to have a question of like, why are we doing these things? And when you're looking at the things that you're going to implement and do for your company, are you going to, um, are they aligned with your mission, with your vision, and your values? If they're not aligned with those things, they probably don't belong there. So those are just different ways of thinking about like how you want your vision to come across. And chat can help you again too if you want to use that, you know. But I think it's really helpful. Like we don't want to get out of the practice of thinking for ourselves. So take the time to think it out, but then put it in chat GPT and say, help me make this nicer, you know, that kind of thing. So take the time to actually do it on yourself. All right, are we all on chat? I know Yolanda is, and Sushma, you probably are because you're in IT. And Dana,
Right.
okay. Yeah. And those are really easy, but you know, vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to others. Like
I think
you,
that's something that I learned new. Thank you for bringing it out.
you're welcome.
I always get mixed up with mission and vision.
Mhm.
And is it like vision is the long-term goal that you have for yourself or for your company? That's you beautifully said that. Thank you so much for clarifying the difference.
Yeah, you're welcome. And so, you know, where do you guys, let's take a moment. We have just a few more slides and we have about 40 minutes. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about where you see yourself going. I think it's really exciting to share. And listen, whatever we share in here is confidential. So please make sure you're not sharing with anybody else because there are things that maybe we don't want to share with the world. So, Dana, you want to tell us where you're wanting to go with your business, what you see for the future?
Um, I would like to, at a point, have it create more income where I can at least partially get out of childcare.
Okay.
uh, yeah, childcare is, yeah, love the kiddos, but yeah, no, childcare is, I've done this childcare for 25 plus years. It's not what it used to be. No, it's not.
Yeah.
The parents are not what they used to be.
Mhm.
Seriously. So, yeah, and my body is also telling me I need to get out of childcare. I've got some issues with my body, with my neck, my lower back, and so yeah, I need to get out of childcare. It's yeah. So yeah, at some point, yeah.
Okay. And how, like, what ways do you think you can do that?
I just gotta figure out ways to create more, basically create more sales, basically. And yeah, just create more sales since everything's got switched. I just gotta figure out how to connect more with the people and just create more sales. So
So would you say you would want to do like a certain number of events per year where you can have your products in front of people?
yeah, I mean, right now this is my busiest season actually since it's now Christmas time.
Yes.
So pretty much I had events last month, pretty much almost every Saturday. I have vendor events almost every Saturday in November, and then I've got to fill up December. So
Good.
I do a lot of events during this holiday season. This is kind of my busiest time of the year is pretty much September through January because you got all the holidays, August through Mother's Day. So
Yeah, that's
that's
great.
kind of my busiest, yeah.
Good time of
So,
year to get going, but also you've got to create a plan for yourself, right?
right.
To
Yeah,
get there. If you don't have a plan, it's going to be really hard to make it happen, right? And
right.
really great at, you know, marketing within the group and stuff like that. So I love that. Now you can be like, hey, you know, we offer these pieces. Contact me if you're interested, type of thing, right? Like you don't have a
Yeah,
website right now, but you can start building that in the background, you know,
yeah,
eventually get it going and
right. Yeah,
you can lead them to your website. Because a lot of
yeah.
times these days people they want to have an easy way to go buy something.
They
Um,
do, yeah.
you know, and I hate that they took that away from you guys. That
Well, it's business reasons they had to is a way for them to keep the jewelry going. Because the brand partner side just wasn't generating the income they thought it would for the company, so they had to close that side down. That's just in order to keep the jewelry open and going, so we could help sell people the store. That's what they had to do.
yeah.
A lot of other companies, direct sale companies, a lot of them have closed up.
Yeah.
But 31, it closed up, and some other ones have closed up. So this is their way to be able to keep the jewelry going and keep it open.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So now it's time because it's been a few months now, right? So
yeah, it all got start changing in June, July.
yeah. Yeah. It's
So
time to take a look. But I think, maybe see if you can go back and look at this year and see how many events you've done.
yeah, I've been what? Yeah.
Okay. But let's say you can increase that a little bit to be able to create more income. Or you can go back and look at those events and say, how much did I make from each event?
Right.
Or average them out. And then you say, okay, well, I've had 20 events and I made, I don't know, $5,000, right? In those 20 events. So the average of those is how much? So,
Yeah.
and then you can go back and say, I average about this much per event that I do. So in order for
Right.
me to get out of working this job, how many of those events would I have to do?
Yeah. And some events I've did some a couple events I did last year, but I didn't do them again this year because they just weren't they just didn't generate anything. So I didn't do those again. I'm like, well, no, I'm skipping that one. So if I do it once, if it goes great, I'll do it again. But if it doesn't go so good, I'm like, now we're gonna nix that one. Okay, we'll find another one. There's always events out there. There's always vendor events. A whole bunch of them out there. And there's lots of pages. There's a lot of sites on Facebook that show different vendor events, different markets.
Yes.
So
And do you have a way of tracking your sales per event right now?
yeah, by me keeping track of it myself, yes.
Okay.
Now with it not having a website to send them to, even when we still had a website, when I did events, I kept track of those sales myself.
Oh, good, good.
So and I had a way to keep track of the sales that were made online too, because I would get notifications. So I had ways both ways to keep track of both things. So
Yeah. Anyone else have any insight for Dana, like to help her?
So I think I like the idea of having your own website because that kind of drives all the traffic to you because you are building your own personal brand. Dana, I think that would be, that would be something where, people are just coming to you because they know you and they've seen you for years. And when they see on the website, then, they are getting the trusted customer service each time you are providing the quality products. So having your own page will establish yourself and have your own image as you build your own brand image, I guess.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it can also help you keep track of your inventory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So that's
true.
another beautiful thing because it can, like, my website tells me like if I get low on stock, and then I'm like, ooh, I need to either reorder, or you can leave it at 0 but still take orders.
yeah,
So, because then it'll tell them like, oh, it's out of stock, but we can still take your order. It'll be this amount of time, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
So that's helpful too, because then they'll have an idea of like when they're gonna get it, and then you can put on there. Are you on Shopify or did you do Wix? You did Wix, Yolanda, right? Yeah. Um, it can also in Wix too. Like I feel like Wix, even though it may not be the greatest platform, it's very reasonably priced because you get marketing, you get a POS or point of sale system, you get your inventory tracking, you get a store, you get a website, you get a blog, you get all of these things for like this one price every month, and it's like I think around $50. So it's actually really reasonable, and you can actually build some really nice stuff. Like our DFW Women's Club is all on Wix, and we can do quite a bit with it. So I feel like you get a lot of bang for your bucks on Wix, especially being a nonprofit or like a newer business. You don't have a lot of money to spend on that right now. Like it's good. It can be really beneficial. And they have templates that you can set up. Yolanda did hers. She's still working on it, but she's done a pretty good, darn good job doing it. So, anyways, there's lots of good aspects to it. Yolanda, you want to share really quick? Do you have a moment to give us your kind of what you see for your vision?
Yeah, I think I started with it earlier. It would be ultimately to have functional multiple streams of income with the different platforms, but they all complement one another. Um, right now, so I've built Ocean Holistics where it's pretty recognized and I have steady orders. the next step would be to book speaking engagements and have those come. I mean, I not be engaged into ones where I donate or volunteer. And then I'm starting in real estate. So just kind of putting all those things together.
So are you planning on combining all those three or having like separate things for each one? Like I
Um,
think that you might have initial separation. So
yes. Yes, and I'm joining Tiffany McDonald's brokerage. So she already has a whole, I'll have my own space on her platform too. So it's kind of neat the way she does it. It's like she streamlines it, but from her, the realty, she runs it as a team. So I'm a part of that team, which actually helps and helping me get out there. And then I can just, was thinking about that too, cross reference everything. So I
hey,
would probably put
every
it on
every house you sell, what's their gift going to be when they move in?
my product.
Your products.
Yeah,
Who doesn't need bath salts to unwind or,
right.
beautiful oils and things like that. So, and as you expand your line, like that's even more. Not to mention, you could offer those to other realtors to
Hmm.
use as gifts for their
I'm
clients.
thinking I just put that together to offer to people like not just realtors, but also just any business owner who wants
Yeah.
to give holiday gifts to their staff.
Mhm.
Like, see me. I
Yeah.
have a whole post laid out that I'll be putting out on Friday.
Yay. Good. Anybody else? Anybody have any feedback for Yolanda?
So, Yolanda, I think it is really, you are kicking in right at the time in the age of AI where, having multiple streams of income is super important. And definitely that's something, on most of us, I think, on our radar as well. And in terms of creating one cohesive message, so do you plan on your website, are you planning to have a website that says, hey, this is what I'm doing, but how do you want to message the, do you want to say that, hey, these are add-ons, like for example, if they are coming to you for a real estate speaker workshop or something, and then and you can say, hey, add on, you can do these things, we also offer these services. So I'm trying to connect the dots on how you can clarify the message of your end goal is to create multiple streams, but how it can help others understand the add-on services. Is that what you're thinking along the lines?
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. More so
Mm.
at this time, it's just upgrading like my about on my website and on my social media. And then they have
Mm.
it lists, okay, I also have these services. So if
Very
you're looking
good.
for any of these, and then also link it. So like from my website, they'll be able to click on the link to get to the real estate site where
Mm-hmm.
I'm listed as a licensed agent, or I will be. I'm not there yet.
Right.
Um,
You're
so
close,
it'll
girl.
take yeah, yeah, it'll take me there. Or like I also do a little bit of balloon art on the side and I have a photo
Oh,
booth. Like
wow.
I'll just literally say other services and then just have a list. This is what you can get from me and this is how you get to it.
Wow, very, very impressive. So you're I mean, you've already thought through very well. I don't know if I can add on to anything because you are deep into the weeds of already setting up the, your certification. You're well on your way. Just one more day to go, and then few more days to get the certified real estate agent. We would look for you in the community.
Thank you. I
We
love
might.
that.
I'm really excited, especially working under Tiffany and her team, and they're just really great people. So I think you'll have, and she's so smart. Like she's going to have a lot of knowledge to share with you as you're working towards that. So that's really cool. All right, it's your turn, Shishma.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. Just, you must be wondering why I'm here. But like I said, I've been in the technology space for 15 years, worked in product and program leadership roles. And you know what? I think 1.5 years ago, again, I got laid off like most of the tech workers. And then I just felt like, wow, bang, it's a big slap. And, I never got laid off throughout my career, like never had. and then I was like, it was a shock for me when I got laid off. But later, I tried to reconcile within myself that it is an opportunity for me to, explore new avenues, new ways of how I can get the full time income at the same time enjoy what I'm doing.
Nice.
So, and it took a year and a half for me to actually process it through and then try to come up with things that I really enjoy. And that's where I was thinking I always wanted to be an entrepreneur myself.
Mhm.
And one of the core things is I'm so bad at coming up with ideas. So that's something that I learned, that I can never come up with great ideas. I scratched so many papers, yes, I scratched so many lines on the paper, and as well as like I tore them out. But now that I'm thinking, and that's when I got myself educated on how to do the funding, how can I help other startup founders, because I am not great at ideas, but is there anything that I can be on the other side of the fence helping the startup founders? And that's when I came up with the idea of Zscale Capital, where the idea is to fund other businesses, right? I believe in that founder. I believe in their mission. I believe that what they are doing is real. They are achieving what they are, what they have it for themselves. Um, then I thought that I could be the one supporting them and creating a community by creating workshops, in educating the small business owners or any startup founders, by holding the speaker series. Hey, you know what, you have this wonderful idea, your business is going in, and these are the other four things that you can think of. So I would want to provide helpful resources to startup founders. At the same time, I would also want to fund the right kind of businesses as I see the value, as they're creating the value within the community. So my long term vision is to do, a collective funding, where it's not just me putting my own equity, but it's also, other investors, pooling other investors in helping these businesses. But in as the short term, I would want to establish, as I try to establish myself in the Dallas community, I want to create more workshops, educate them on how someone can think. If you have an idea, it should not just stop with an idea. So that's my core. I want to help them, think through from the process of customer backwards, and help them come up with a product idea, groom them, how to create pitch decks, how to even get your first check, funding, and all of that. Hey, Misty, you are on mute.
That's amazing. That's something I'm actually learning about. I'm in this, it's called the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program right now.
Uh-huh.
And they are teaching us so many different things. And we had actual banks come in and talk to us about like what their
Oh,
expectations
really?
for businesses and what they expect them to have and to do in order to get funding, just through a bank, right? Not necessarily
Oh,
investors and things
right.
like that. But
Uh-huh.
I think that would be really important for you to establish relationships with banks, and
Oh,
not big box banks, but like
correct, correct.
regional banks,
Oh, I see. Uh-huh.
and start building a relationship with them and asking them questions about how they determine who they work with and what do they look for and things like that, because it's it's quite a bit, and like I realize I'm probably not the greatest candidate to be getting funding from banks because I don't have
Ah,
good credit,
correct, correct.
and maybe eventually, in a few years after I get everything kind of back up, then
Mm-hmm.
that may be something where I can start asking for funding, right? But you
Right.
also have to have your financial reports in order. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of cool because we went through where we were the bank, and we went through
Uh-huh.
all these scenarios
Really?
of
Mm.
how, like, what their numbers are, financial records, so their balance statement, their
Uh-huh.
profit and loss statement or income statement, and cash flow. So we got to go through all of their financials. We got their background of like what their credit is like, if they've been through bankruptcy, like kind of a backstory about the business. And then as a bank, brought them in to interview, right?
Oh,
We got to ask
nice.
them questions about their business and have them give us feedback on why this happened or what the problem was here. Like if they have a bunch of accounts receivables and they're not collecting, what is their process to get those collection of receivables? So things like that. And then the banks can be like, well, we're not going to approve you because of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're like, we will approve you because of these things, right?
Ah,
So
right.
it was
Mm-hmm.
really, really insightful. So we got to do kind of role playing back and forth where we were the bank and we looked at the scenario and like, hey, are they good? Is this a good opportunity for us to fund?
Very
And
nice.
even as
Wow.
you being the funder,
Uh-huh.
you
Uh-huh.
being the one that's funding other people, those are the
Uh-huh.
things that you can look for as well.
Oh, very
Um,
nice. And
yeah.
it's called Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a great point. Because I never thought of reaching out to, because I'm trying to build connections with other investors as well, right? Other bankers, investors, work with them. So yeah, that's a yeah, great point. I just took a note of that as well. I will look for the regional banks. And I think Misty in Dallas area these days, I think Wells Fargo is establishing their second headquarters here, and so as other, I think Goldman Sachs also did, or Charles Schwab. They are establishing as well their offices here.
Oh,
So probably maybe I can look for any events or something like that to build the relationships with them, right?
yeah. Because not only they'll be a good resource for you, like if you're
Mm-hmm.
needing funding to help fund somebody else, right?
Right.
But also to give you the tools to know what to look for and
Mm.
what they're looking for would be the same that you would be looking for, right? So they can kind of
Correct.
help
Correct.
you go through that process. Oh, here's Mika. She's coming on. Where's she at? There she is. Hey, Mika. We're just finishing up a little bit. So we just went through our vision statements and kind of well, not really the statements. We're just kind of getting in that process of thinking about our visions and how we're going to put those on paper.
Okay.
And then we discussed, let's see, like your vision statement really paints a picture of your future impact. The mission is for everybody front facing customers and things like that. But your vision is for you more internally, for your company, for your family to know where you're going. Okay. So you don't necessarily have to put that on your website, but it can be posted in your building or whatever as a reminder of like if my core values, my mission and things don't align with and my vision, if those don't align with whatever we're going to implement and do, then it probably doesn't belong in our business. Right? So that's one aspect. So I told everybody, it's like I think it would be fun to come back together and like really have our mission and vision statements kind of put together, and then we can give feedback and help. And everybody's got opinions, and it doesn't mean you have to change something, but it also could be really insightful for us to have that information. So I want to talk really quickly about reflection and like what in 6 months from now, what does your success look like? Does that mean you've opened one location or you've funded one business? Does that mean you've served Dana like, you've had 20 events? Yolanda, what does that look like for you? How many orders have gone out? How many houses have you sold or are under contract, right? Like, so think about like what your 6 months vision would look like from now, because our big vision, we are managing for 3 to 5 years, right? So these little incremental pieces of vision can help us get to that point where we're getting the 5 years. And it's funny because I put in ChatGPT, I was like, okay, now that you know everything about me and what I'm trying to do, where I'm trying to go, and what clients I'm serving, and da 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 da, da, is this possible to do in 3 to 5 years? Right? And chat comes back and it's like, oh, well, if you get this much funding and this da 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 and this da da da, it's totally possible. If you do this in year one, this in year two, this is year three, this is year four. And I was like, oh my God. So it is kind of possible, you know? So it put it in some realistic terms for me. And maybe I don't follow that exactly, but at least like in my brain, I'm like, is my vision too big, right? But it's actually not. So that's kind of exciting, right? And let's think about like what you learned about your leadership style today and how it will bring you through that mission, through that vision, and then where your 6 months will look like from now. If you put all those together, my leadership style is like go, go, go until I burn out. And I'm in the burnout phase right now. So that's not a good leadership style to have, let me just tell you, okay? And my leadership style is serving others before myself, which also is not a great style to have, okay? So just think about that and like, how are you, being realistic and setting those goals for the next 6 months, where you're going to get. Because in my brain, I could do all this in 6 months, but my body's like, no, you can't. Okay. So just think about those things when you're working on this. And then what other steps can you do to grow as a leader? Like, what education are you giving yourself to be able to make yourself and your business better? I feel like being a forever learner, and that was one of my things that I said, I am a forever learner. Like, I love learning. I love making my craft the best it can be. Always pushing for not the next best thing, but I really want to make sure that I'm giving the most quality and care and knowledge to whatever I'm doing, right? So how can you take steps? Like, one of the things that I put in our chat, Mika, which you are not on, but this is something I will post to you too. There's a like a board of directors governance class. It's like a full day class. And I'm like, let's have DFW Women's Club pay for you guys as board of directors. Like, let's have you guys, we'll pay for the class for you to take it. Because the more knowledge that we have in running the organization and how we're looking at those figures and numbers and people and all of that, the better it's going to be. So these are just little things, and this makes me happy. Growth and comfort just do not coexist. So whenever you're growing, you're going to feel uncomfortable, and it's going to be scary, and it's going to be just and I feel like we're all in that space right now, because Mika and Sushma, you're new in this area, right? And we're growing. Yolanda literally quit her teaching job after I don't know how many years, and is going to become a realtor. And she started her own business that is no longer a hobby, but it's actually a business, and she's selling stuff for real money now. And Dana, like, you have this opportunity to create your own style, your own brand, and things like that, right? So maybe even, Dana, you might want to talk to Mika about how to create your own branding now, because you're your own person in your own business. Even though you're selling their products, it's you that they're buying. They're not buying the products, right? So lastly, I just want to thank you for coming, because these things are like very near and dear to my heart, and this helps our mission all the way, right? We're connecting here, we're empowering each other, we're getting some education, right? So all of those things are meeting our vision. And at DFW Women's Club, we help female entrepreneurs through education, connection, and empowerment. That's our mission. Okay. So we changed a little bit because we had to add female entrepreneurs. Yolanda, I see your face over there. But we will be changing it, because before it was just kind of open to any woman, right? And we really are focusing down on more entrepreneurial women that either have a business or want to start a business. Mm-hmm. But we have some things coming up that'll be fun. We're having a holiday party on the 13th of December, which I hope you can attend. We have a couple other things that were just added to the calendar today. Let me look here. So they're all on our website, always.
We have the Kendra Scott Shopping Day. It's a fundraiser.
Yes. I can't remember what day that is, though.
November 23rd.
Okay. November.
Oh, yay, I'll be here.
Yay.
Okay. I sent you the flyer too, Mika.
Yes, you did. You did.
The next networking one we have like this, but it will be in person in Grapevine, is it's going to also be at Firebird. So it'll be more quiet. It'll be a lot nicer. That one is in Grapevine, and that's on November 19th. It's also in the evening, so 6:30 to 8:30. So that'll be 2 hours versus an hour and a half. We're gonna have Lorna Sherland speaking at that one, and she's amazing. We're doing the fundraiser on the 23rd, and then we have our holiday party on the 13th of December. And then January 17th, mark your calendar, will be our birthday ball, which is like a gala, a little party for us to celebrate the year and kind of celebrate our birthday as a nonprofit. So this will be our fourth birthday.
That's awesome.
I don't know, third or fourth. I think
Fourth, okay.
it's fourth. Anyway,
Well, I wanted to hop in and apologize because I know that I hopped off. I had my event that I do in Houston. Our volunteer meeting was tonight, so I sped through that real quick so I can hop back on. So I wanted to apologize because I was tardy for a little bit, but I came back. So I am going to catch the replay. If you send the replay, I'll watch it.
but yeah, those are the things that are coming up, and then just remember, like, have a purpose in your leadership, but also serve from the heart. So a lot of times when you're serving from your heart, like, you can't go wrong. You just can't, but we also want to have a purpose. Like, so make sure when you're developing your mission and your vision that you have a really defined purpose of what you're doing and who you're serving. And then your vision, we want to know where we're going. Okay? Using those same people. Any questions or comments? Did you like this workshop style?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I really liked, there's a structure to the workshop. At the same time, you gave us the space to actually discuss much beyond what the template that you had shared, because that really cleared up to exchange our thoughts in this session.
Good. Awesome. Well, I hope to see you again at something.
Yes, yes.
Actually, I don't have it in the system yet, but on December 3rd, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in Dallas?
I am in Grapevine.
Oh, you're in Grapevine. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll have the Frisco one will be December 3rd. So we
Oh,
have
I
one in
see.
Frisco, December 3rd, which
Uh-huh.
Julie Gracie, she is one of Grant Cardone's coaches.
Uh-huh.
She will be the speaker that night, which will be freaking fantastic. She'll be that's December 3rd. And that one will be in Frisco, and the other one will be November 19th in Grapevine.
Oh, perfect.
And then that will be those will be the last networkings for the year other than the party. Okay.
Got it. Yeah, I will try to be there on November 19th, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
please.
see, because it's in Grapevine, so.
Yeah, it's close by. And honestly, the Frisco one's not too bad. It takes about 45, probably from Grapevine, maybe 40 minutes or so to get there, but it will
Oh,
be
I
worth
see.
it for sure.
Mm.
And especially who Julie's going to bring in that room with us too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe I should try to attend that
If
that
you
one.
can, I would. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's freaking phenomenal. So I'm so glad you were here. It was really nice to meet you, Sushma. I love your feedback and your energy. So we appreciate you being here, and we'll see you maybe at the next one.
Yep,
All
that
right,
sounds
y'all
great.
take care.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night, everybody.
Mm-hmm.